Hello, and welcome to a new episode with your host, Vinney Chopra. I'm so excited to have you here as we dive deep into the world of real estate investing, syndications, abundance mindset, and building generational wealth. We are excited to be in the top 1.5% of the real estate podcasts, got number 11 actually out of top 50 real estate syndication podcasts. Thanks to you. Each episode, we bring powerful insights, expert guests, and actionable strategies to help you take your investing game to the next level. Whether you are a seasoned investor or just getting started, if you love what you hear, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and follow me on social media so that we can never miss an episode. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable content with more people like you. Now, let's jump into today's episode. Thank you. There, guys, Vinney Chopra back again. Vinney and Beau. Vinney and Beau Show as we comes live to you. That we record a week before, and then we broadcast it at 9 a.m. Pacific. But we've been gone almost 1.5 months or so. I know I was on a vacation for a month actually, but it was too long, Beau. We were talking about it. I think I'll never take that long. It was too much. We were ready to come back home.
It's good to have you back. Good to be back on the Vinney and Beau Show. I've been grinding away, but I tell you what, this year I'm just like, it's crazy when you get the snowball moving. That's what I did. I keep on, right? You get that snowball pushing up to the top of the mountain, and I just started I pushed it down the mountain. Now the snowball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And what did that teach me is one, like if you're in a building stage, you got to keep the pedal to the metal. You got to keep going. If you're still building, you have to keep the pedal to the metal. And that's what I do every day. So that's why I go gym, pedal to the metal. The minute you let off the gas, the momentum stops or it slows down. So depending on what your phase is and what your goals are, do you want to go pedal to the metal or do you want to lay off the gas? A lot of people, they get a couple home run deals. They're happy. They're eating good Indian buffets every day. And then what happens, right? They haven't been pedal to the metal. I've been pedal to the metal for 5 years straight. And let me tell you, it's not the easiest thing in the world. But the results are coming in. Now the constraints happen. So when a constraint happens means there's only one of me and I'm taking calls. I can't take all these calls. So then you put your factors in now you just can't book a call. You have to answer a detailed questionnaire because look, if you want to have the maximum impact, you got to help the people that are ready to be helped today. So that's what I've been working on, Vinney, but I've missed you and I'm glad you're back.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And you're so right. Like I'm going on a week's of business trip starting next week. You're right. You got to prime the pump again, especially after a long vacation. Things dry up and you got to start putting that pedal to the metal, just like you said. The key thing is we need to be always looking at where we are serving. Who are you serving? Who is your avatar? Is your marketing going in that direction? Just like you said, the questionnaire we were just discussing before this, your time is valuable, my time is valuable. We were discussing that the people who are reaching out, maybe the quality is not there. We cannot help them. If we cannot help them, we are wasting their time and our time. So by asking our leads to go through some questionnaires of pointed questions so that we can understand their goals, their aspirations, their vision, and then we meet with them, the meeting is very productive. It's very productive for them and for us and so on.
Yeah. I want to pinpoint one thing though. We can help everybody, but the fact is that we can only talk to so many people a day. The ones that check the box says, I'm not an accredited investor, but I want to get into multifamily. I'm just making this up hypothetically, Vinney.
Yeah.
You send them an email that says, hey, thanks for your interest right now. We're extremely busy. It looks like you're not an accredited investor at this time, but you were interested in multifamily. Here's a series of videos. Watch these. Yeah. It's going to give you the foundation, right? We're still providing value.
Yes.
Like people want to book calls and ask general questions about SBA. I go, look, I have 2,000 videos on YouTube. I'm sure a couple of those would answer all your questions. So now I take those resources And if they, hey, I want to know about the 504 loan. Here's 5 videos,
Mhm.
watch it, etc. So we do serve everybody, but you got to be very particular about who gets on your calendar, and you got to say no. You got to be able to analyze a deal and say no. You got to say, hey, I don't have time for that. And then you have to also have the mind to still look at opportunities. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. What can I do to create more? How can I serve more people? And then so I'm always looking at opportunities, but also don't get sidetracked with your core business, because you start going off in
Yeah.
all these different ways. You're not focused on your core business, which is what got you to where you are today.
So true, Bo, and I'm so glad you're saying that. Everybody following us, or you have been following. Please do look at Bo's YouTube channel. It's great, lots of great information. Mine also. I have maybe 5,600 subscribers so far, and it's a big channel. And I've recorded so much stuff, and postings are going there every day. Actually, many postings. The key thing is you got to really immerse yourself to learn from all this free information, and then you'll be getting to a better place. And if Bo and I can help you and in your situation, we would love to grab you on. The other thing was my podcast. I know yours and my show. You're doing so many great things. I was so happy to have my podcast come at number 11, I think, of the top 50 in the nation in apartments podcasts, which is really thankful. So please also listen to the podcast and our other shows and all that.
Awesome. Congratulations on that, Vinny.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
So we're a quarter in essentially in 2025, right? And obviously there's concerns with the economy.
Mhm.
Where are you at right now? Where are you going to focus for the rest of the year, or at least for the next 3 or 4 months?
I'm so glad you asked me that question. I know we have sold some multifamily, lots of multifamily. Last 3, 4 years have been a pretty tough game in multifamily. A lot of people listening and watching us right now, they can relate to that. Cash flows have dried up. We have talked about insurance costs going way high. Then if the loans were tied to the prime and so on, they have gone up. The property taxes have gone up. I think somebody just told me that the property taxes have gone up in Texas also. So it's been a tough game. So I'm just pivoting into alternative investments like senior living, which I mentioned that previously, also into residential senior assisted living, to be very truthful, which is easier hanging fruit. And then also hotels in good tourist locations and airport locations. So I'm traveling to meet with some strategic partners where we have so many off market deals with value add on the hotel side. So these are good hotels, good mid tier name brand hotels, but they need help in changing their reviews, in doing some PIP money, and really changing the management, make it better occupancy and so forth. And then oil and gas. That's the other part. I didn't know that. Too many years people have been telling me about it, but last year I got into it where you get great deductions. So you get actually 100% back of your investment in tax cut or something you could say through aggregate gross income, AGI we call it, on active income. So my lot of investors are loving me because they need to reduce the taxes in active income. So oil and gas drilling, I'm meeting with some CEOs and so forth over there in Texas also. So all the things are mushrooming. And then I'm looking into vending machines again. Wow. That got back into my life again because these are electronic through AI, these vending machines, all paid through online and everything. And somebody I'm talking to, they got big contracts with Verizon, and then I think there is a Rico. I think Rico is the one that is financing these machines. What? They're financing because they're going to be doing the upkeep of it. So anyway, I'm digging into a lot of different strategic partnerships.
I love it. I like vending because you got Section 179, a good write-offs,
Yeah.
really good
Yes,
write-offs.
yes, yes.
Vending, I like
Hmm.
vending. I like vending a lot. There's these unattended retail is a big industry. Actually, I just bought a ticket. There's like a vending conference here in Vegas because I want to own
Oh,
vending too. So I'm going to go to that and learn.
yeah.
But I looked at these micro marts, which are like unattended. So like in multifamily properties, 300, 400 units, they can go in, fresh sandwiches, swipe their credit card, open up, pull out 3 things, cook it right
Yes,
there. I like that.
yes.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I also know of another one, a startup company which could be a unicorn, started in Florida. And this is a baking company, like vending machine. It bakes things and delivers standalone. So I'm so happy you said you love vending because I'm digging deeper and deeper into it. And then my another thing is our hotel is doing really well, the one in Texas. We remember we sold it and we bought the Winter Garden. We might be selling that one. There is a lots of gain coming, so we are trying to see how we could move that money to Dubai. So I just had a meeting yesterday with my very good partner, CEO of another startup that I've started with, and we are might be making a trip to Dubai also to look at the special things over there. And I just came across another one just yesterday. Can you believe another strategic partner who has transferred some millions of dollars already in Dubai, and they are buying these villas and condominiums and things like that. So it's amazing. When you look for opportunities, things start falling in your lap. But if you don't look and if you're close minded, then nothing happens.
Yeah, I agree. You got to look at opportunities and then you got to dive into it. And then you got to look at the pain factors, the risk variables,
Yes.
the SWOT analysis. And then you
Yep.
make an educated decision based on what you know. And
Yeah.
it's like playing baseball. Not every time you get up to bat, you'll hit a home run. Not
Yep.
every time you get up to, sometimes you strike out. The thing is that you got to win. You got to have a good batting average, right? If you have a good batting average,
Yeah.
you win. If you don't, you
Mm.
lose. That's the key about
Yeah.
looking the way I look at different opportunities. And then also because how much time am I going to spend? Right. And
Yeah.
so that's what I look at. Like even in the loan business now, how many hours did I spend on a deal to get that check? Right. When the deal funds.
Mhm.
And so I optimized my time efficiency. And so the idea is to be paid as high as like a surgeon, right? Somebody's get
Yeah.
paid
Yep.
top dollar because they're the best brain surgeon in the United States.
Yep.
You can make as much
Hmm.
as them per hour, you're doing pretty good.
Yep.
That's the kind of things I think about as I grow. And then leveraging me and creating a lot of clones of me, like with videos,
Yeah.
and then building an ecosystem. And then there's a whole part over here, which is my new passion is studying tax code. I like that now. I
Oh,
like understanding.
wow. Hi, friends. This is Vinney Chopra from here in Danville, California. And you might be saying, hey, Vinny, what are these over here? You know, I wrote this book a few years back. Apartment syndication made easy. It became top seller. I came from India with $7 in my pocket. It says 500 million. It's going to be 1 billion very soon, very soon. I'm right at about 850, 900 million. And then I'm ready for the next billion. Actually, you will see that happening, 2 billion in this book also. The other book I wrote, which has been a very big positivity, has been my life. Always, I've been married 43 years with 2 children, and the beauty is to be positive, the mindset that can take you to all the places in the world. And that's the book that also became big seller. My third book, Senior Assisted Living, is coming. So do yourself a favor, go ahead and click the link below to get free copies, audio copies of these books, even printed copies of these books. Printed means digital if you can't afford it, but I would highly recommend for you to get these or go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon. I got it in soft cover, in hardcover, in Kindle, in audio, also the Spanish version of this book also. So let's crush it, guys. I know you can be successful. I know you can do the kind of things that you want to do in life and have the streams of income and know how to really, educate yourself so that you could become a strong force in this world in real estate. I know you can. So take that step. Don't just be on the sideline. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your education. You know, you're writing that book with Tom Will, right? Congratulations. That's fantastic. And a lot of good things will be coming your way that way. Tax, I think that's the pain point. More and more, I do surveys with my accredited investors and wealthy people, family offices, all of them. They want to reduce taxes legally. And that's a big pain point for them.
Yeah. Part of my full vision of what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a consulting company that actually helps on that whole part of it too. And to get
That'd be good.
like I'm learning a lot more about stuff like that. Because if you go to the average tax preparer or CPA, they don't do any tax strategy. They don't know anything.
No, they don't.
Right? They don't know what like short-term rentals, cost segregation, Section 179 tax code. There's a difference between getting your tax prepared versus tax strategy. I want to focus on tax strategy. Like ultimately, it might not be doing it, but I'm actually learning a lot because I want to, anything I do, I want to get great at, right? And so I want to be able to say, hey, look at this. I already tell people like that I'm working with, hey, talk to the CPA. Can you do this or this? Because we've been around the block. We understand these things. Yep. Is it an active business? Are you an LP?
Yep.
And I've saved people hundreds of thousands of dollars, and not just my friends, just saying, hey, call this. You should probably look at doing a cost segregation, right? Like all these things that we know. I always tell a story, Vinney. It was like 8 or 9 years ago when I met you, and we were at lunch, and you're like, hey, you said I don't know the exact numbers, but you had said, Beau, this year I made X amount of millions of dollars. But I remember this, and I talk about this on podcasts because it was very impactful. It was like 8, 9 years ago. And then he said, I had this much in millions in profits, but I had 5.4 million of accelerated depreciation this year.
Yes.
What you were saying was, if you do it right and you understand the tax code and you make the right investments, that's how the wealthy do it, right? That's how the wealthy.
Yeah.
People get pissed off when they go, how does this guy make $100 million and pay no taxes? Because they understand the tax code, or they hire people that understand the tax code. But the average Joe can do the same thing. So are you willing to learn these things? And I never thought I would think that taxes were interesting or sexy, but the older and wiser I get, I go, look, if we already know this is 33% of the equation, or 40, it's part of this investment thesis of investing in different asset classes, and not enough people discuss it. So that's why I'm really intrigued of it now. And so anyways,
I totally agree with you. Yeah. Totally agree with you, brother. What you're saying, 179, cost segregation, all these ways, because legally you could save on lots of taxes. That's like extra money that you have in your pocket to reinvest, to take vacations and all those things. And in USA, the tax codes are built for real estate professionals and real estate investments, I should say, also,
and small business owners.
For the wealthy.
Yeah, and small business owners. So if you're an employee, and look, you and we both know a lot of tech workers and medical people that crush it on their W-2.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You got great money coming in. The problem is you don't have any of the other side. You need the other side. The other side is where it's at. So you got to keep the high-paying job, but get the benefits of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so true. And there are so many alternative ways to really get that tax write-off in your K1 for active income. See, I've been doing passive income for LPs, for syndication and funds. When you are a limited partner, you get passive losses minus K1, but there are lots of ways to get active losses against your W-2 income and bonuses and everything and all that. So that's what we should do a big seminar together. That'll be fantastic on just the tax saving strategies.
I love it. Yeah. I already have a good title for the event. I already own the domain too. So we're ready.
Beautiful. Hey guys, it was really, I hope you liked this little refresher after a few months off. But let's just make sure that you follow you. If you'd like to be a guest also, we love to have some great specialists to come as guests, as speakers. That way we can bring knowledge to lots of people who follow us and so forth. So please remember, this life is very short. Let's make a difference. And the big thing is to understand all these intricacies so that you can make lots of money in your businesses and streams of income, passive and active, but also be saving on taxes and helping other people, helping your clients, helping your avatars, and helping your teams and vendors and everybody, because all the economy works when we bring that service attitude into our life.
I love it. See you guys next week.
See you next week. See you. Bye-bye. Wow, what an incredible conversation today. I hope you got tons of value from this episode. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and follow me on social media to stay updated on all the things real estate, investing, abundance mindset, and wealth creation. If you're an accredited investor looking for exclusive investment opportunities, be sure to join our elite Monil Investors Club at vinnychopra.com/invest, where we share details of our future projects. Quick disclaimer, we are not selling any securities, and this podcast is strictly for educational and information purposes only. The opinions shared by our guests are their own and should not be considered financial or investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, keep smiling, keep investing, and keep making a massive impact. God bless you.